Hello, everyone. This is Yasmin Tayyibi, and welcome to my consultant. Today, as always, we're supposed to give you some updates, and we will provide that as in past we have been doing it. So with me, I have Shefali Kapoor, and without further ado, I will ask her to introduce herself, and then we will move towards our updates. Shefali, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and thank you.
I'm so happy to have you. This is your first time on the updates, right?
Yes, it is my first time.
And it's not your last. I guarantee you that.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. And yes. I've always wanted to be a part of the industry where I can share my experiences, where I can share my knowledge, whatever little I've gained in all these years. So it's an absolute pleasure to be here and to be sharing the screen with you. That's who doesn't know Yasmin in the industry.
Wow, we all try to do our best. Absolutely. And you represent the new generation of our CICs. So I'm always thrilled to have friends like you who are the newer consultants. Like, you're not that new, I know, but you're young and you're youthful. And so give us some updates. What's happening in the immigration world?
A lot is happening. Oh my God. Sometimes my mind, I always think that I consider myself as someone whose brain is faster than her actions. Like, I can process information faster than I can work, but I think I can't keep up with all the updates, with the everything. Like, one day we have an update, and then the next day when you try to go and implement that policy has changed. I'll give you an example. I remember up until March of this year, the policy was that even if there's somebody who's inside Canada but got the work permit approved or a study permit approved outside Canada, and they have a letter of introduction, they could just do a web form and get the work permit and study permit issued. Right. Apparently, that was only valid until March 31st. And then after March 31st, there was no such announcement of what could be done in those cases. And I have been scrambling all over the internet to find out information. How do I get a work permit issued for my client who got the letter of introduction before March 31st? There was no information. As a result, I had to do a whole new application all over again. So yeah, ever-changing industry. I don't even know what they're up to.
I would say is the most ego buster occupation, where you have like perfected something, and all of a sudden new policy comes in and you're at square one again. Absolutely. So what's up? What's new today?
So I think the hot topic right now in the industry is the TR to PR pathway.
Yes.
So I'm just going to share a little bit of whatever I know, of whatever information is available so far. Just want to share about that. So looks like there's still spots available in French. I think too many spots are available because it was an unlimited allocation limit. And in terms of the workers in Canada, the healthcare and the non-healthcare stream, I don't think so. IRCC has been able to fill up those spots. Only 1,900 spots filled up, I think, until 2:30 when I last checked, and about 14,000 spots in the non-healthcare. So looks like both these streams are going to remain open until November, which is so out of not like we all were expecting these streams to fill up in literally an hour, but it's quite shocking that they're still open. I have a very strong feeling, and obviously we don't always we go by evidence, but I have a strong feeling that most likely IRCC will reopen the international graduate stream because there were so many duplicate applications that happened. And even right now, I do come across students who are getting invitations under the Canadian Experience Class stream. And, they are all submitting their applications under under Canadian Experience Class and trying to withdraw their the TR to PR pathway application. So I have a very strong feeling that, they'll reopen the stream so that, because otherwise they'll not be able to meet that 90,000 target.
Exactly. So any other update about any other program?
So I know for these programs, we've also started getting acknowledgement of receipts. only one of my clients so far has received under the international graduate stream. So I'm still waiting for many more. But from all the rumors that are in the industry, I don't know if they're actual rumors or it actually is the truth, but there are many, many people who've got the AORs, biometric request letters.
Yes.
And
yes.
there is rumor that one person was actually even provided the acknowledgement, the COPR.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, on June 11th, one person already got the COPR.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So anything else you want to share, or that's it for you?
In terms of the I think that's about it. Would you like to ask me any questions in particular category?
Well, that's fine. That's fine. But I had a couple of updates about open work permits for vulnerable workers that just came out on June 11th, right? And this section, I'm just reading from the website. It contains policy, procedures, and guidance used by IRCC staff. And it is to prevent abuse for the workers who are vulnerable and from their employers, like farm workers or any other workers. I'm just giving you an example, or in healthcare. So this new policy came on June 11th. And so it's to provide migrant workers who are experiencing abuse or who are at risk of abuse with a distinct means to leave their employer. Otherwise, they feel like they're enslaved or they're chained with that employer and they cannot leave. Otherwise, they lose their status, and so their PR chances go down the drain. So this is a very good policy, and I'm pretty sure it will help people who are in that endangered position, right? And also another thing that came out recently was permanent residence pathways for Hong Kong residents, right? And there are two streams. Stream A is for graduation with a degree, diploma, or graduate or postgraduate credential. And stream B, graduation with a degree, diploma, or graduate, postgraduate, plus 1 year of in Canada work experience within the last 3 years. So it's an amazing opportunity for those from Hong Kong. And I'm pretty sure that community is probably celebrating for this new update, right? So on another front, I do a lot of spousal sponsorship, Shefali. So most of my cases, they were stuck during the COVID. Those cases were from 2019, and those cases are coming along and they're getting processed, and these people are coming, they've been issued coppers, and but the good news is the recent ones that I filed in 2021, they are moving much faster than the ones I submitted in 2020. So this is good news. And because there was an uproar about this reunification of family, husband and wife, children. So I'm pretty sure the overseas officers are working extra time, and this is great. But one another thing that I would like to mention before I leave, because it's not, that was the files that we were submitting without, remember that the officers told us that just submit these spousal applications, take your photo with your phone, or submit without police certificate, submit just as it is, kind of, policy. Now, what's happening? These files are being returned wholesale, and I'm getting my share from do-it-yourselfers and people who had not competed. So it seemed a very good fix at that time, but now these files are being returned, and you can imagine these applicants are not so happy. So it had to happen. I mean, they cannot process incomplete applications, and that was a quick fix. But it was, my duty to update this as well. So anything else? Any last word you would like to share, Shefali?
I'll share something about spousal sponsorships in my case as well. So I had a few applications submitted last year, pretty much. Most of them were inland. Most of them have been processed. 3 of them have already received their COPRs. The rest of them have their work permits in place, and we're just waiting for the final outcome. So you're right. The files from last year have been processed extremely fast, and I've been extremely happy about that myself. Yep. I have submitted a few applications for spousal sponsorship this year, but I haven't received acknowledgement of receipts on them. But they're only from the last 1 or 2 months, so hopefully I'll get those.
Oh yes, soon. You will.
So spousal sponsorship moving super fast, we all know. Now, what is not moving fast are the parent-grandparent sponsorship applications.
They're stuck.
That's so unfortunate, because of course spouses are important, but parents are equally important. And there are people who've been waiting for years for their parents to come join them in Canada.
Exactly.
I still have people who've been waiting since 2019 that their applications are in process. One of my clients' parents only got the medical request earlier, I think in March this year, which was, in my opinion, pretty late. And I have submitted about 4 to 5 applications for this year's intake, the 2020 intake. I haven't got acknowledgement of receipts on any application, including my own parents. The only thing that I have heard back for is on one file that was submitted in March, just a few days before the deadline. And that is, they've asked me to send them an updated, like a re-signed and recompleted Schedule A for one of the dependent children. So I had to redo that and I had to email it back to them. They provided an email address. So I think they're doing everything online now. It's all digitalized, right? So they want to do everything online.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I sent them the form back, but I haven't received any acknowledgement from them. They gave us 30 days to submit that form. So we reprinted, re-signed the form and sent it back to them. But that's about it. So I think the parent-grandparent sponsorship applications are still moving at a snail's pace, and they need to.
Exactly. So Shefali, I would like to thank you for your contribution to these updates. And we will definitely have you again. I'm pretty sure that my consultant viewers would have enjoyed and learned from these updates, and it would have been helpful. So thank you, and see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye-bye, Yasmin.
You're welcome, Shefali. Take care.
Bye-bye.